Fala, galera. Deixa eu tirar até aqui a tela para a gente começar. Deixa eu ver, já tem 8 pessoas online aqui. Só para dar uma breve explicação também, vocês estão me ouvindo, o áudio está tranquilo. A transmissão eu já confirmei que o áudio está ok também, mas me confirmem se o meu áudio tá tudo certo aí para a gente começar. Então é isso, galera. Hoje, semifinal, Final Four da Junior College, a NJCAA. Oportunidade que é a maior porta de entrada para brasileiros, lá para estrangeiros. Vocês que entendem o caminho, eu vou comentar várias vezes sobre isso durante a transmissão, mas vocês vão acompanhar agora a semifinal da D1. Então a gente vai ter primeiro Iowa Lakes contra Iowa Western. Vou comentar mais sobre conferência que eles jogam. É a mesma conferência da Marshalltown, que eu bato várias vezes, que é a maior conferência, a conferência mais competitiva da Junior College, e nada mais provando que isso do que agora, na semifinal, tem 2 times da mesma conferência disputando uma semifinal, e na divisão 2, que acabou de separar também, vou comentar sobre isso, que é praticamente igual à divisão 1 ainda, na final tem outro time da conferência de Iowa, que é a Southeastern. Então, nível altíssimo. De 8 finalistas da Junior College, 3 deles são da mesma conferência. Além disso, ainda tem Marshalltown, Iowa Central, então tem várias equipes competitivas por lá. Fechado? Vou soltar aqui agora, a transmissão está começando mesmo, eles já vão mostrar os atletas, vocês vão ver que a transmissão da Junior College também é perfeita. O Nacional está acontecendo no Kansas, em Wichita, no Kansas, então já a gente volta a comentar mais. No jogo de agora, que vai começar, Iowa Lakes contra Iowa Western, na Iowa Lakes tem 4 brasileiros, então vou falar um pouco mais sobre eles, e Iowa Western não tem nenhum brasileiro, então torcida daqui, claro, vamos torcer realmente para Iowa Lakes para classificar e chegar na final. No segundo confronto também, só lembrando que são rodada dupla, agora a gente vai passar 2 jogos, depois começa Harcum contra Salt Lake, então Harcum também tem brasileiro, né, Ixi, qual que é o nome dele? Perdi aqui agora, deixa eu pegar. Tava com ele aberto aqui a página da Harcum. Pera aí. O Germano de Souza, é o brasileiro que tá na Harcum. Então, daqui a pouco a gente volta, vou deixar esse começo de jogo seguir um pouco, vou parando para comentar coisas. No intervalo, vou falar bastante. E como curiosidade, como eles são da mesma conferência, Iowa Lakes e Iowa Western já jogaram 3 partidas só esse ano. Essa é a 4ª partida deles. Então, Iowa Western ganhou... Deixa eu ver. Ganhou a final da conferência, mas durante a temporada regular, Iowa Lakes ganhou 2 partidas. Então, estão 2 partidas para Iowa Lakes, uma partida para Iowa Western, no confronto direto. Então, vou soltar aqui, daqui a pouco a gente volta para comentar. Em intervalo, vou trazer convidados também que jogam nos Estados Unidos, jogam a própria conferência deles, e aí a gente vai seguindo. Então, soltar o jogo, já a gente volta. Lembrando também que quem ainda não está inscrito no canal, se inscreve, porque a gente vai transmitir a final amanhã. Dá o like aqui na transmissão. De novo, essa transmissão ela é paga, a gente conseguiu pegar ela para passar aqui. Então, quem quiser dar uma moral aí com doação também, mas enfim, aproveita o jogo, quando tiver coisas pontuais a gente vai comentando. E também presta atenção em narração, em comentários também, que vocês já vão treinando o inglês também. Fechado? Já a gente volta e comenta um pouco mais, deixar soltar o jogo mais aqui para vocês.
End goal for them is Treat Ganga, the Cape Town, South African native. Freshman has a nice tournament so far. Number 3, Logan Roach. Number 4, Sebastian Zapata. Number 5, Luis Nohar. Number 6, Jose Miguel Boggio. Number 7, Odell Brown. Number 12, Jason Dyer.
Galera, esse barulho que tá de vento é porque realmente no Kansas, ainda mais nesse estádio, o pessoal que tava jogando no Nacional comentou com a gente, que venta muito, então presta atenção até nisso, porque isso muda muito o jogo. O universitário lá, vocês vão jogar em campos que são em cima de montanha, então o vento lá é muito forte, então daqui a pouco a gente pega para qual lado que tá o vento, vocês vão ver que até o time que está jogando a favor do vento costuma atacar muito mais, da bola aérea, bola que vai correr, então a zaga tem que ficar ligada com isso, mas o vento, vocês estão vendo pelo barulho, influencia muito no jogo, então também presta atenção nisso.
Great job by Mike Brown. Coach Mike Brown for the Reapers in his second season.
Yeah, he was actually the former coach at Barton. And so Barton was here at Nationals, had obviously a lot of success in themselves for their men's soccer program. But yeah, he takes over, Mike Brown does at Iowa Western, and has this program rolling again. I mean, Iowa Western's been really successful in a lot of different sports for themselves.
You're not wrong. They've had 7 tournament appearances, and they did win the title in 2013. But of course, in junior college rules, that might as well have been 20 years ago, let alone just 8.
Yeah, with the turnover of players, nobody's really, unless you won it the year before, had that experience playing wise.
Exactly. On the other side, Iowa Lakes making their first trip to nationals, making the most of that. And again, they were the 10th seed. But the 10th seed, they came in and upset 2 straight up. It's again impressive to watch. 2 1-0 victories propelled the Lakers here.
Yeah, I know. They played Daytona State and Tyler, and Daytona State. I saw them walking around. I saw they had some huge guys from Florida, and then Tyler from Texas as well. So Iowa Lakes, you mentioned they're the 10 seed. I think that that undersells them a little bit. They have been ranked all year and ranked 8th in the final poll. So I don't want to undersell how good the Lakers are. They have some success in it, but they always have to play Iowa Western. And when it comes to postseason times, and they get the at-large selection this year, but when you run into a powerhouse like the Reavers, it's tough to get to the big big seed.
It is. And you have to still being runner-up, and then but you have at a lower seed when it comes to national tournament though there. But on the other hand, they haven't really played like it. Again, I watched both of those games, called both of those games, and even that Daytona State game. I'm not gonna lie, Iowa Lakes just came out and looked like they could have been the higher seed in that game, just the way they played. They no fear. They played hard, played well, and again, no question about it. They didn't resort to looking for points or anything like that. They won outright both their games to get here, as did Iowa Western. We go back and forth here on the early action on the near sideline, trying to get the ball up to Kwashi.
Galera, atualizei aqui, até peguei as coisas mais atualizadas de estatística. Iowa Lakes, na verdade, jogou já 4 vezes contra a Iowa Western nessa temporada. Esse é o 5º jogo deles. E como curiosidade, hoje o recorde da Iowa Lakes são 12 vitórias, 4 derrotas e 1 empate. Dessas 4 derrotas e 1 empate, 3 derrotas foram para a Iowa Western e 1 empate contra a Iowa Western também. Então, pera aí.
Wow, that was strike first, strike quick. That's an impressive goal there, and they're really going. That's Evan Southern. I mentioned he's second on the team with goals scored. We can scratch that. He's now tied for first on his team with goals scored. When you get one like that, that was just not a great play by Ganga. He lost his footing, and he's talking to his own defenseman about where were you on that. Understandably so. He's frustrated as the
Southern's goal scored in the 6th minute of the contest.
Yeah, you hope you have backup, obviously, in that junction, but ultimately you don't want to put yourself in a predicament too. I'm not going to say.
Galera, então tava falando um pouco sobre isso e goleirão agora deu uma complicada aí. Então, Iowa Lakes perdeu já 3 vezes para Iowa Western, das 4 derrotas e 1 empate. Então, é a pedra no sapato de Iowa Lakes. Eu tenho vários atletas na Marchotal, a gente estava conversando antes. Todo mundo falou que Iowa Lakes tem jogado melhor do que a Iowa Western, mas nesses detalhes, e aí não sei se teria que ter sido falta no goleiro nesse lance, mas é um mole, National ali, você não pode fazer um disso. E agora já estão começando com o placar atrás, vão ter que correr atrás. Mas todo mundo elogia o time da Iowa Lakes, todo mundo tem falado que é um time que joga mais bonito até do que a Iowa Western, mas o time da Iowa Western é eficaz, né, eficiente. Então, goleirão deu mole, 1-0 Iowa Western, e vamos seguir. Sempre lembrando que nessa fase de National, se empatar overtime com Golden Goal, mantendo o empate, É pênalti. Aí agora o zagueirão jogou essa bola para trás. Acho que a galera tá sentindo um pouco o início do jogo. Acho que a Iowa Lakes tem que dar uma acalmada aí, dar uma segurada na bola para o pessoal se situar. Mas soltar o jogo mais ainda aí.
Been doing one water break thanks to weather conditions right now. The officials have decided to do 2 water breaks per half, one around the 30 mark, one around the 15 mark. Programming note for all of you at home as we await the corner kick. That kick can be taken by Probo. Probo kicks it high over the middle. Header attempt, no good. Gathered by Ganga.
100 plus corner kick opportunities. You got to think those set pieces Iowa Western capitalized on. They don't have to break the stats down that much that you get a goal from a corner kick. I'm sure the coaches probably break that down more, but they don't offer those stats when you look them up. It'd be interesting to see, but I'm going to venture to say when you have that many corner opportunities, you probably get some goals out of them with this high frequency that Western scores as well.
Exactly the case. Iowa Lakes with the ball, though, threatening for the first time all day. With their first shot, covered up quickly by Millard.
It looked like Brown rifling that shot off.
Yeah, Brown showed off his speed a few times. Odell Brown quickly streaking down the sidelines a few times. I say this is a very talented squad, but Iowa Lakes, while they have won their games, not a lot of scoring from them. Very solid on both sides of the ball, but I wouldn't call it a high-powered offense necessarily, particularly compared to Iowa Western.
Yeah, I mean, Iowa Western actually probably, I think, almost has double the amount of goals on the year to Iowa Lakes. Iowa Lakes with about 43 goals, I think.
I believe so, but that's shows. I think that speaks more to the talent and everything going on with the Reavers than anything else. Ball put back into play with Millard. Playing a little back and forth action. Deeply intended target is Ibrahim Kondi. Kondi now has it on the left side. Goalkeeper Ganga's out of position yet again. Ganga could get it in play. Could be trouble. Southern with the play.
I think they ticket Southern with that foul right there with the slide tackle attempt. But
that could have been another nightmare scenario for Iowa Lakes. That would be a nightmare scenario to get down 2-0, not even 10 minutes into the contest.
I mean, I like the aggressive nature of the Iowa Lakes goalkeeper, but it's also been, you flirt with danger and it could bite you, and it has already once. And you think you might learn from that at one point.
I almost wonder if he feels like he's trying to make up for some perceived.
Aquilo que eu tô falando, galera. A Iowa Lakes parece que deu uma assustada com isso. De novo, o goleiro, uma saída meio sem dar para entender muito bem, mas é isso. Pelo menos não foi gol ainda. A Iowa Lakes tá dentro do jogo. Vocês veem que o jogo da Iowa Lakes é muito mais pé em pé. Agora deu um lançamento, mas a Iowa Western é muito mais direta. Também não sei se o vento tá para cá e isso que tá confundindo o goleiro. A bola tá voando um pouco mais pro lado de cá. Mas mesmo assim é isso. É semifinal de National, valendo vaga na final. Acho que tem que ter se ligado. Desculpa de vento, acho que não cola agora não.
They'll know who they're playing. Winner of this right here, going down the right side. Nice defensive play, but gets right towards the middle. A little bit of a danger zone there, but nothing too much. Nothing the Reavers can't handle. I've hesitated a couple times. We had Texas Western also in the Division I bracket, and they were the Westerners. So when I say Iowa Western, part of my brain wants to finish out with Westerners. Like, nope, that's not right. They were playing the nightcap last night, or 2 nights ago. Luckily, we didn't have any games yesterday.
Yeah, we had some scenarios on, I think, both sides. More D2 for the potential unbreakable tiebreakers, which takes a one specific scenario to work itself out that way. But oddly enough, we were pretty close.
We're closest we were on the Division I side would be the Salt Lake Pool. Salt Lake able to beat Barton by enough yesterday. Advance to the semifinals where they are the 2 seed.
Yeah, it would have been interesting if Barton would have been able to get out of that pool. They would have played Iowa Western, I believe, given that the other 2 teams obviously won as well. But that would have pit Barton against their old coach.
Right.
It would have been interesting to see that kind of play itself out.
Yeah, those two squads didn't meet in the regular season.
No.
At any rate, Lakers with the ball on the left side, high in the middle. Usual possession right there. I think that was Brown yet again. That ball's a little shorter. He could had a header attempt on it instead. Millard grabs it. Going back the other way. Okay, could be trouble right there. Gango right out the front of the box. Got to be a conscientious decision, man. I don't remember being quite this aggressive.
Nessa o goleiro saiu bem. Eu acho que até mais culpa desses lances estarem acontecendo do que o goleiro. A linha de Iowa Lakes está muito adiantada. Então, provavelmente com o vento a favor de Western, está sendo muito mais fácil botar essa bola nas costas das águas da Iowa Lakes. Pode ser esse o motivo. Mas é isso. Jogo aberto. Até o Dias comentou aqui que a Iowa Western merece mais. O Dias joga na Marshalltown, foi atleta nosso, então ele jogou várias vezes contra essas faculdades. Eu estava vendo aqui de novo no schedule da Iowa Lakes. A Iowa Lakes ganhou todos os jogos, menos os jogos contra a Iowa Western, que eles perderam 4 e empataram 1. Então, realmente a pedra no sapato aí de Iowa Lakes tem sido a Iowa Western e, pelo jeito, continua sendo por enquanto, né? Mas é isso, jogo aberto, 1-0. E é isso, estão jogando também provavelmente o primeiro tempo contra o vento. No segundo tempo vão estar jogando a favor do vento, se não mudar lá, mas não costuma mudar tanto. Então, realmente, quem vê de fora, quem não tem essa vivência toda de futebol, acha que não muda muito, mas até o Dias pode falar aí, o próprio campo da Marshalltown venta muito, então faz muita diferença e realmente tem vezes que os jogos é um tempo, um time atacando porque ele tá contra o vento, quer dizer, a favor do vento, e o outro time só defende, e no segundo tempo inverte. Então, teoricamente, tá no tempo da Iowa Western atacar, no segundo tempo a Iowa Lakes deve atacar bem mais. Então, a Iowa Western tem que aproveitar enquanto tá a favor do vento, porque depois vai virar o jogo.
Coming from the, I call it the south-southeast, so essentially just a cross breeze for those on the field. Reavers working from left to right here, still with the ball.
And this Reavers team has been ultra stingy this year. I mean, 13 shutouts, and they've given up, I believe, just 5 goals all season. Iowa Western obviously has 2 of those goals from the district title game.
Yes, in fact, Iowa Western has yet to give up a goal in the tournament.
Yeah, they picked up the wins against Laramie County and LSU Eunice. But just like their counterpart, Iowa Lakes have his 1-0 decisions too. I know you mentioned, obviously, it was a lot of tight one-goal decisions on your side, on the D1 side. Water break looks like.
Will now take a water break.
Yeah, as they take water break. Okay, we're 15 minutes in. Mike, any thoughts on what you've seen so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty tight. I mean, the Reavers have been playing a little more aggressive, 3-1 in shots, but Iowa Lakes staying right there with them. The biggest thing that stands out is, the Lakers goalkeeper with his challenges and such, leading to the goal that we have, and we'll see if that aggressive nature, continues.
Exactly. You got to figure there's when you're 0-3 against a team, 0-2-1, however you want to put it, it's essentially that PK loss is still a loss, really. You got to do something else to mix it up, right? We'll take a quick moment to remind you all you can follow all the action of the 2021 NJCAA National Championships live.
Teve parada para água agora também, e para quem não tá muito ligado, os Nationals estão acontecendo em fora de época por causa do corona. E agora nos Estados Unidos tá verão, então tá muito quente. O Kansas é o estado ali bem no centro, então tá realmente muito quente. Então eles pararam com 15 minutos de jogo. Não sei se vão ter 2 paradas por tempo, mas realmente, para quem não conhece, o verão dos Estados Unidos é muito quente. Eles estão no verão agora, então realmente deve estar uma temperatura bem alta. Mesmo lá já sendo 6 horas, 5 horas da tarde, mesmo assim é muito quente. No verão lá tem lugares que escurece, anoitece 8, 9 horas da noite, então o sol vai ficar muito quente mesmo, e eles estão fazendo essa parada para água.
forgot how you get there.
You want to tell other people how to tune in, There
Exactly,
you go.
right?
There's how you need to know to be able to do so, or like you said, watch the archive broadcast, tell somebody to watch it back, and at a later opportunity.
And I do know that there are certainly coaching staffs from other colleges. It was one of my favorite things about the weekend.
Yeah.
Was watching. I tried to at one point keep count of all the different colleges I saw.
Me too.
I lost count and then gave up. But I did hear a conversation about one coach was here, another coach watching online. Everything can be a scouting opportunity, recruiting opportunity here for all those NJCAA
There were
players.
some big schools here: Syracuse, Louisville, Virginia Tech, some top Power 5 schools here checking out for their soccer programs to get some recruits. That's another interesting aspect of junior college. You get recruited to come to junior college, but then you can get recruited again to go play at a 4-year school. So you have that recruiting process a couple times in your career.
Southern again playing aggressive. Kind of wonder if he might be in Genga's head a little bit after that one goal. But yeah, that is one of the best things about it. It's all about opportunities.
Yes.
For all these student athletes out there. Opportunities to win championships here, and maybe move on to buy for some more after this. Iowa Lakes now attacking on the left side. We've got a whistle. Ball will stay with Iowa Lakes. Player made split play on that thing, just went down. Who's that? No, he's up again. Up relatively quickly.
Ó, galera, esse 29 que vai bater a falta aí agora, ele é um dos brasileiros que eu falei que são da Iowa Lakes, é o Leonardo Seixas. Ele é de Taubaté, São Paulo, né, Brasil, e ele tá no primeiro ano, deixa eu até confirmar aqui, primeiro ano dele na Iowa Lakes, tem sido um dos destaques de lá, deve estar com boas propostas de transferência, mas número 29, então, é um dos brasileiros, Leonardo Seixas. Não sei se tem família dele aqui, parente, amigos assistindo, mas é uma das peças importantes de Iowa Lakes, o Leonardo Seixas.
David Owusu make a play on it. Owusu put in some quality minutes for the Lakers in this tournament.
E uma coisa que eu percebi aqui agora, quando teve a parada de água, eles pararam ali o cronômetro em 30 minutos, como eu falei, 15 minutos jogados, faltando 30 minutos. E ainda não voltou o cronômetro, não sei se o cronômetro do juiz voltou e depois vai compensar aí, ou se vai ter algum problema com isso, mas para quem acompanha o college sabe que falta agora, quando tem substituição, o juiz pode parar o cronômetro, só que o próprio cronômetro da transmissão está linkado com o cronômetro do juiz, e quando ele trava, né, quando ele pausa nos dois. Então, por isso que eu estou um pouco preocupado do juiz não ter voltado esse tempo aí ainda e dar alguma confusão, mas é isso. Faltam 30 minutos para serem jogados, depois da parada de água, acho que já deve ter tido uns 3, 4 minutos, mas o cronômetro aí da transmissão ainda não voltou.
Player shaken up, being helped off, but under his own power. I believe that is Olo Ronisomo. With a name like that, he's actually from London, England, by the way. Like that, that's the one thing that surprises me about that one is not what I expected. A lot of letters in that one for Tommy. At any rate, so Tommy checks out. The player runs in.
Under 29 minutes to play in the first half, but just the one goal so far. Still only 4 shot opportunities between the two teams too. So.
Fala, Matheus, exatamente. O Léo tá na primeira temporada, eu confundi ele com o Daniel. O Daniel é o número 30 e o Daniel tá na segunda, mas o Léo ainda tá na primeira. Ainda joga agosto aqui agora de novo e provavelmente por causa do corona ele ainda poderia ter mais uma temporada, mas por ele estar destacando, chegando nos Nationals, acredito que jogando agosto ele já deva transferir para algum time bom. Aí o Léo de novo com a bola.
Anyway, goes back and forth there. Reavers with the ball now. Going to the far side, left right to Southern again. It is indeed. He's fighting for the ball, but outnumbered. Ball in between a little bit of everybody right there. Reavers with the ball.
Yeah, great defensive presence on Southern by Lewis Noir.
Olha, agora o cronômetro voltou. Vamos ver se eles vão dar alguma corrigida ou se vai seguir por aí. Se acabar por aí, todo o tempo, desde a parada da água até a contusão ali do jogador, que devem ter sido uns 3 minutos, eles vão jogar mais. Vamos ver como que vai ser por aí, mas o cronômetro só voltou agora.
At any rate, Lakers with the ball. Get poked away. Oh, but nice play. Keeps it down here on their offensive third. Another key play. There's Owusu again. Gets it up to Brown. Brown on the right side. Deflected. Will it roll out of bounds? Nope. Stopped right before it. Benson keeps it in play. It was a good idea to try to recenter the ball there, but his intended target lost his footing. Boggio. I'm going to put it back in play. He's walking it up. Another chance to remind you to order your official 2021 NJCAA.
Fala, Carlos. Não, o próximo jogo é na sequência deles, é no mesmo estádio, né? Eles estão usando a mesma estrutura. Então, acabando esse jogo, já começa Harcum contra Salt Lake. Então, vai seguir no mesmo link aqui também. A gente vai seguir as duas transmissões juntas, beleza? Então, acabando, se tiver prorrogação, pênalti, aí o outro jogo atrasa um pouco, mas mantendo o tempo normal, acabando, deve começar o outro já na sequência. Provavelmente ali 8h30 da noite, beleza?
Far sideline right now. Ball poked away and then recovered. Be out of bounds for the Lakers. Looking to get some kind of sustained attack going. That's it. I've been relatively impressed by the Lakers so far, only because they have maintained a little bit more offense than I thought they might be able to. I thought this went more like our game one today. A lot of the action from one side of the field only. Of course, that team didn't even win.
I don't know about your Division I pool play games, but this is the earliest goal that I've seen in any of the games that I've been a part of here in Wichita. I mean, the 6th minute that we saw this contest. You'll see the first goal of this match, and we saw a couple early ones. 10th and 11th minute of the D2 semifinals, but here early, Western wasting no time to get on the board, and then a little bit heated as well. And I shouldn't say I'm surprised. I mean, these two teams, each other, they're rivals. And I looked actually at the games that they played. There's been a little bit more frequency of yellow flashed in those games. That's because I thought rivalry,
Fala, Thiagão. Thiagão também tá no nosso programa da Team Brazucas. Cara, é relativo, né? A Iowa Western tá 15-02. Eles não perderam ainda a temporada inteira. Tem um time muito forte, então foram o número 1 do país praticamente o ano inteiro. Então acredito que o favoritismo tá com eles, mas como a gente mostrou na NCAA, com a Marshall, enfim. Clemson também foi número 1 do país o ano inteiro e perdeu para eles, e a Marshall foi campeã. Então, o college soccer é muito incerto. Mas se fosse para botar um favoritismo, acho que eu botaria hoje na Iowa Western. Mas é isso, eu não sei nem se esse jogo eles vão ganhar. Eu acredito que a Iowa Lakes tem total potencial de ganhar também. Mas vamos seguindo por aí. E o Gustavo perguntou se a final também vai ser nesse estádio. Cara, eu não sei, eu acredito que sim, porque é o estádio acho que é o Sporting Wichita, né, que é o time do estado do Kansas. Mas não sei se eles vão mudar alguma coisa para a final ou algo assim, mas a princípio eu acho que vai ser por aí sim, no mesmo lugar.
Well defense by Lakers. Lakers send it deep. Outkick their coverage, if you will, but the ball will stay with Iowa Lakes. Less than 24 to go. We got substitution. There it is. Here comes your line change.
Wow, that's tough for the stats guys here. I know that they're communicating all the subs. I mean, you have that many guys coming in, and the PA announcer as well.
Number 8, Gonzalo Cuevas. Number 11, Ivan Callado. Number 13, Arada Segusa. Number 21, Keigo Tanaka. And number 23, Vlad Jokic.
One of those opportunities, one of those moments when I've been happy to be on this field. We're right underneath the PA speaker.
Yes.
So I just kind of stopped talking, and hopefully the fans can pick up that, because We're kind of at the bottom of the information chain. We're
It's
outside
just,
here.
it's almost like hockey. It's just like a line
It's
change
exactly
going
what I
on.
call
It's
it.
like- I was like,
And they've been that way the entire tournament, probably been that way all season. It's a different strategy, but it works.
well, and with the heat, as an extra factor, you're sitting in fresh guys.
And I having a field full of them. Although I will say, for not that it matters necessarily fans at home, but here at Striker, this being the first event like this that they've hosted, the city of Wichita owns the facility, and their management companies, all that we're asking visit Wichita. Some of the other associated companies, what could be improved, and because apparently they do have some funds that are going to be allocated towards improving this for events like this, and as well as other events. They want to host more. This is one of the first big things I can think of that we've hosted here from a nationwide point of view. And that list, by the way, is that they're planning on expanding the press box. So doesn't do us any good right now, but not too bad out here in the breeze, at least. Sunscreen on. Everything anchored as we got a shot, and it's just straight to Ganga. Been.
Ó, galera, não sei se vocês estão ouvindo também, como que tá o áudio aí para vocês, mas até o comentarista comentou, tá tendo uma thunderstorm lá perto, que são vários chuva de trovão, né? E vocês veem, por causa do barulho, então aí tá sol, mas provavelmente algum lado ali tá com mais nuvens carregadas, e pelo vento, isso acontece em lugares que ventam muito lá nos Estados Unidos, tem muito chuva de trovão, raio, então ele falou que provavelmente tá longe ainda, mas se for chegando perto, pode ser até que tenha que paralisar o jogo até passar. Isso é muito normal lá, jogos serem cancelados, adiados por causa de thunderstorm, e isso normalmente tem durante o verão, né? A gente tá no verão lá dos Estados Unidos. Então vamos continuar acompanhando, torcer para não ter essa paralisação, né? Senão vai atrapalhar aqui a nossa transmissão um pouco.
I thought he was going to get through another, and that's Daniel Borba, number 30 for Iowa Western. That pass intercepted. Iowa Lake's in good position here. That was, I believe, a pass ahead, trying to get the ball up to a position where Owusu could make a play on it. Nothing doing. Reavers with the ball now on the right side. Pass. Too far ahead, but for whatever reason, Tomley Donig, number 4 for Iowa Lakes, kicks it. I think it was just behind his intended target, but goes out of bounds, so it'll be a throw-in for the Reavers. Move the ball around to the far sideline. With the 1-0 lead. Goal scored early on by Evan Southern. So far, the difference in the contest. Second line for the Reavers. Nice defensive play, though. The takeaway. Iowa Lake's going back the other way. On their right side. A pass. They're going to wait for Bet. Gets it over to Tuguete. Tuguete gets in the middle. Passing around now. Got a little room to operate on that left side. That window closes quickly. Western's defense. You get a little windows of opportunity here and there. The windows do close pretty quickly, though.
Yeah, Matisse Daniel Doran, he had an opportunity that just got dispossessed as 3 Reavers. I mean, just like a Venus flytrap, just swallowed him up right there at the top of the box.
Got a whistle. It will stay. You hear the official remind the players to leave the ball alone.
Don't impede the pace of play, perhaps.
Exactly. Certainly, I'm assuming discussing that that's probably directed towards the Reaver player, I'm guessing, since they are the ones up. More advantageous for them to impede the pace. Go with the ball now. Going to start the offense on the right side. Deep pass. Owusu has it. Battle back and forth. Nice job by Iowa Lakes to keep hold of it.
Go, Larkin.
Looking for another shot on goal. Scoreboard has them at one shot so far. 18 minutes to play in the first half. That ball ends up going sailing out of bounds. Bojo trying to get to that right side. Nothing doing though.
The back end on both sides of the defense has impressed me so far. I mean, they've been able to, dispossess the other, quite easily now. It almost seems like it's hard to say that it was easy, but for something bad like that to happen. But they've been able to dispossess their opponent right around the top of the box a lot before you could even really set up a potential shot opportunity. I mean, that's why we've only seen a handful of shot opportunities in the match between the two teams.
And the one goal that happened wasn't off of any kind of particular set. It was just a combination of good offense and a little bit of a slip/misplay on the defense. That's the only difference in the game right now.
Yeah, that it left the goal wide open in that sequence of events. Southern was then able to regather and put it in the back of the net.
And there was another opportunity soon after that. The same thing almost happened again. Iowa Lakes dodged the bullet the second time.
Yeah, all 4 shots for Iowa Western have been shots on goal. And actually, Iowa Lake's shot was a shot on goal, too. So,
just haven't had to say Millard's name as much, even though it feels the ball's been on their third of the field a fair amount.
yes.
But it's just testament to the defense. If defense play around them, it's
it hasn't. Like I said, it really hasn't gotten past the back line very much or inside the box at all for our Iowa Lakes.
Good defenders making your goalie look a lot better. Makes his day a lot easier.
And Millard just surrendered 5 goals this year. I mean, he's got a nearly 88% save percentage as well.
So no slouch when it comes. If it gets past that,
it's been pretty protective of that goal throughout the course of the year. So the shutouts speak to that as well.
Also true. Back and forth, looking for a little bit of momentum one way or the other. A lot of Lakers right there on the defensive end.
I feel like Iowa Lake's back line has played more heavily with 4 than Iowa Western's has. They have 4 on the back line, yes, too, but the Reavers have kind of stuck with 2 when they start to advance up a little bit more and flirted with that a little bit more than Iowa Lakes.
Good effort, David.
Shot.
It's coming like it.
Harmlessly going off left. And we'll have another water break. Before I throw it to you for a second, I will go again. Give a shout out to Select Sports, who's proud to be the official match ball of the National Junior College Athletic Association. Select Super FIFA match ball is used exclusively.
Aí, galera, como eu falei, provavelmente eles combinaram de ser de 15 em 15 minutos o water break. Então teve aos 30 minutos, né, faltando 30 minutos, agora faltando 15 minutos. Então já vamos acostumar com isso, porque provavelmente o próximo jogo já vai estar um pouco mais escuro, vai estar começando a escurecer, né, que lá já vão ser 8 horas da noite, deve começar a escurecer por essa hora, por estar no verão. Então talvez seja um pouco mais corrido. Mas até o Dias comentou aqui, provavelmente no segundo tempo o Iowa Lakes vai ter muito mais vantagem por causa do vento, e eles gostam de jogar a favor do vento. De novo, quem tá vendo de fora acha que é aquele migué, igual quem assiste Libertadores, fala, migué do jogador jogar na altitude. Cara, eu joguei em vento lá que a gente jogava a bola contra o vento, a bola parava e voltava para trás. Então faz realmente muita diferença. Você tem que tentar tocar a bola no chão, e às vezes até a bola no chão, o vento segura ela sim. Isso não é migué de jogador que tá lá, não.
We talked about, obviously, them playing back in the regular season and the district title match. Iowa Western coming out victorious in all of those situations. They shut out Iowa Lakes during the regular season when they played. The 2-2 tie, win to PKs, obviously, for the district title match as well to get Iowa Western their district title. But no surprise that there hasn't been a multitude of opportunities with just both these teams wanting to buckle down and stonewall the other.
That's what I think with a lot was on the line the last time they met.
Yeah.
Regional championship.
Take it up a notch.
The Lakers, number 7, Odell Brown. And for the Reavers,
Add in the fact that they're rivals as well. That's just the icing on the cake, really. And we do have a good one underway here. So 15-15 on the clock. Ball play to be started by Millard. Make sun and cloud cover here. Wind as well. Ball play right around midfield. So from this thing, it'll look like it's going to go out of bounds, but I bet it's not. And it's still in play on the far sideline. Jockeying back and forth for it.
Go on, drive, Logan.
Now coming to the near sideline. Lakers with it.
Até botei aqui na tela para dar uma moral. O Oscar também é atleta nosso, conhece o Dias, já formaram dupla de ataque ali, então jogaram juntos aqui no Brasil. Então só mandar um alô aí pro Oscar, que também tá com proposta, enfim, vai conseguir embarcar, vai dar tudo certo, sim, a gente vai resolver esses pontos.
But there's going to be a whistle. Goes against Boggio. Trips up with a little excessiveness.
Yeah, first booking, yellow card, actually. Yeah.
Fala, Ismael, não vou te responder assim em espanhol não, que eu até aprendi um pouco de espanhol na época que eu tava morando lá, mas não vou pagar esse mico não, mas se você conseguir entender foi o que eu falei. Lá tá no verão dos Estados Unidos, então realmente tá muito calor no Kansas, então de 15 em 15 minutos eles estão fazendo essa parada pra água, fechou?
Be surprised it took this long.
Yeah, maybe.
Back on the field for the Lakers, it's number 29, Leonardo Seixas.
Seixas comes in after the yellow card, and we're back underway. Free kick deep down the middle, in good position for the Reavers, but that Lakers defense comes up with it yet again. Another misplay. Didn't cost them the last time, but
and this one a little bit farther up. So I mean, you have the offensive possession for the Reavers right back with that quick throwing.
Some nifty footwork. She managed to keep the ball with the Reavers. Brown trying to play defense on him, but getting knifing through. Tried to get through three. Got through two. That was number 8, Gonzalo Cuevas. Almost broke through all of them.
At that point, you see the defense kind of converging upon yourself. You got to think maybe it might be better off for you to try to play it off if you have an angle, and that angle might actually be backwards. But hey, if you keep the possession and you don't get dispossessed, you still maybe can find something with a little more ball movement.
Exactly. You can't score if you don't have the ball, right?
Indeed.
Western with the ball near us. Reaver went down. A real big contact. Diego Tanaka, slow to get up. Right in front of us, number 21 for Iowa Western. Play continues though. Officials either haven't noticed or it doesn't really matter. He's walking now. As we await Ganga. Goal kick. Get us started again.
He actually just communicated with the head official. He went like this with his elbow, elbow going up, to indicate maybe he took one in the nose, but maybe just kind of alluding to the official to watch for that, because it was after he kind of redirected the ball that he went down. So.
Not too big a height crack. He's at the right height to probably get an elbow or two. Anyway, deflected out of bounds. Throw in for the Reavers. Right in front of us.
About 11:40 left to go here in the first half.
Back and forth, not a lot of shots. In fact, double checking there. Not a lot of corner kicks, only 2 for Iowa Western, 0 for Iowa Lakes. Hands of Treat Ganga yet again. Do a lot of work and just bounce it to you slowly like that. Iowa Western with the takeaway right there. They don't have numbers and dispossessed yet again.
Então, o Gustavo perguntou, deixa eu até botar aqui na tela, o que eu tô achando do nível técnico do jogo até agora. Como eu falei, o time da Iowa Western tá até no topo, tem ganhado todas as partidas, não perdeu nenhum jogo. É bem por isso que tá acontecendo. O elenco de lá é muito qualificado. Você viu que eles mudaram praticamente metade do time. O time todo da Iowa Western é praticamente todo estrangeiro, tem só 4 americanos. Só que desses estrangeiros, nenhum é brasileiro, então tô aqui com o time aberto, falando rapidão. Tem Austrália, Portugal, Chile, Alemanha, Espanha, Japão, Quebec, Bósnia, Coreia, África do Sul, Suíça, Itália, aí depois Japão, Chile repetido, outro da Suíça. Então, é gente do mundo inteiro, é um time muito qualificado e um time internacional. A Iowa Lakes também tem muito estrangeiro, tem muito africano, tem muito brasileiro. Então, os dois times, para mim, nesse jogo também, estão 2 times bons. A Iowa Lakes acertou aquele ponto da zaga no início, mas é o que eu falei, para quem tá vendo de fora, pode achar que não muda muito, mas, cara, jogar contra um vento desse é muito difícil. Tem time que praticamente faz só retranca quando tá contra o vento e espera para jogar no segundo tempo a favor do vento. Então, é difícil a gente analisar tanto assim, vamos esperar o segundo tempo, que aí a gente vai ter a comparação dos 2 times jogando a favor do vento. Então, isso vai fazer uma diferença boa, vocês vão ver com certeza que a Iowa Lakes no segundo tempo vai atacar mais. E o Ismael, não sei se ele tá cornetando o número 7 ou se ele tá elogiando. Essas gírias aí eu não aprendi na época que eu tava lá, não.
As of yet.
Hopefully that stays that way.
Yes, it is still early. 9 play in the first half. Iowa Lakes now attacking. Until that, it's a good idea. Just even better defense. Reavers now with the ball. Right in front of us. Field kick. Ends up for the Lakers there. Good lord.
Go, David.
Feels like most of the action for the last few minutes has all been in the middle. Ganga living dangerously again. Taking when things like that happen. A lot of contact. And that'll be a foul.
Yeah, anytime there's any sort of hook with the players' interactions, they're going to call that. Just can't have that much contact. If you pull a jersey or you have your arm hooked around another player, you should expect to probably get a whistle on yourself.
Sometimes hook relatively easy to see out there. Some of those jersey pulls less easy to see. But the hook definitely is.
And you can, and they'll let you get away with a little bit, but I mean, it's if any significance of either of those 2 situations come to fruition, they will blow the whistle.
Heard some shouting. I was trying to figure out which sideline was unamused with that call. I'm pretty sure it was the Iowa Lakes one, though. Anyway, Iowa Western with the ball. Big ball in play. Right down the middle. It's Gallardo right there in the mix.
Nice side tackle.
Yeah. Oh, and ball saved. Gallardo almost swiped it after the nice save. But from the Lakers, that's a little too much contact.
Jose Miguel Baggio had that slide tackle just a little bit ago, and that was beautiful. I mean, no interaction with the other player, got the tackle and got that poked away.
I guess they can't come in on foul. They had to come in on
contact right there. Almost looked like a safety hitting a receiver in the other football. At any rate, Iowa Lakes with the ball. Coming back towards the middle, now passing over here to the left side. Looking for places. Logan Roach with the ball. Gets it up to Seychelles. Seychelles passes it to the middle. Ahead of everybody, Millard makes the grab.
Yeah, that was hooking. I don't think it would have made it all the way to the goal. I think it would have stayed wide if it hooked all the way towards the open net. But Millard really didn't want to see if it would go that way, that far.
Didn't feel like rolling the dice on that one. So Iowa Western with the ball on the near side. Ball deflects. Roach means to keep it in bounds. Gets it over to his goalkeeper. Deep. Here on the left side yet again.
Fala, Pedro. Realmente, a Monroe é a atual campeã nacional, só que eles perderam na final do distrito, para a Harcum. A Harcum é a que vai jogar o próximo jogo, que tem o brasileiro, o Germano. Então, é isso. Acabaram sendo eliminadas e também não foram convidadas pelos votos porque não tinham tido uma temporada tão expressiva. Mesmo assim, ganharam conferência, mas perderam na final do distrito para a Harcum. A Harcum é o próximo jogo, que também é uma faculdade muito forte. Então não quer dizer que a Monroe estava fraca, mas eles perderam para uma das faculdades que isso, a bola bateu na trave de caixa aí que tinha sido fora. Mas quase um gol aí surpreendendo também. Ismael, eu não sei de quem que você está perguntando quantos anos tem, mas é isso. Só entrar lá no site que provavelmente você consiga ver, mas não sei a idade de todo mundo aí não. Ó. Hugo, eu vi aqui, eu só vou confirmar quais que são os documentos que estão faltando no Drive e já boto lá. Eu achei que já estava tudo certo. Vou só confirmar aqui, acabando a transmissão, eu já boto tudo lá.
I think it was Daniel Doran again up at that top of the box that that was trying to vie for an avenue to take a shot, but yeah, like you said, it just kind of squandered by a good defense by the Reavers.
Number 9, Merde and Calico.
Free bodies leave, free bodies come on.
Jiwoo Lee.
Less than 4.5 to go here in the first half. Still 1-0 Iowa Western. The early aggressiveness, we'll make it more the positive spin on it. There's the aggressive play by Southern that put
Odell Brown.
The Reavers up 1-0 over the Lakers in the semifinal action.
Yeah, that goal coming back in the 6th minute of this match. So.
Feels like it was an awfully long time ago.
It does.
Fala, Vitor. Parece tá todo verdinho assim, mas é porque ele é sintético. Quando dá um zoom dá pra ver, mas não é esse sintético que a gente vê aqui, tanto pela cor, né? Aqui o sintético você vê quase preto. Lá o sintético é uma grama mais alta, essa grama que é licenciada pela FIFA, né? A grama é mais alta e normalmente embaixo não é aquela borracha, é uma raspa de coco, tanto que eles têm que molhar até o campo sintético, que aí o coco dá uma dilatada. Então, aulas de curiosidade sobre campo sintético dos Estados Unidos. E, Ismael, tem que treinar o português aí, fica na live, fica treinando seu português que você começa a entender. Mas é isso, o grama artificial lá, sintética, é muito fera, tanto que na minha faculdade, o campo de futebol americano era de grama sintética bem alto, e durante o inverno lá nevava, e o nosso campo, que era de grama natural, queimava em cima, então não era bom jogar para não estragar. Então a gente treinava no campo de futebol americano e a gente usava chuteira de trava normal, porque a grama realmente é mais alta. Se você usa chuteira Society nessas gramas sintéticas, também se acaba escorregando.
Scouting reports probably pretty full, a few pages full,
right? At the end of the day, you're going to end up with a guy like, you'll know him too. Like he likes to go left with it. He likes to do, what they do.
You'll know the nuances of everybody almost.
Makes it even harder to best them, But that's what brings out the best in people, though, too. Is, that having a great challenge. We're seeing a really good one here. Closing in on just 2 minutes left in the first half. Still, Iowa Western 1-0. Iowa Lakes 1 versus 10 or 1 versus 4 preferred because there's only 4 teams left.
Yeah, it's almost more to overcome the fact that you know each other so well. You have to overcome a lot of the facts that they're going to know your tricks and all your things that you try to set up.
Battle for the ball in the far corner. I think it was Quintana over there. Now they're going to try this near side. Ball over to Cuevas. Brings it back to the center. Nice pass. Trying to get the drop in over to, let's go this again. No, that was actually Segusa. But, all right, couldn't get it in. Iowa Lakes with it. They're going to try to get another shot in before this half is over. Attacking the right side, come back to the middle. Can't leave the ball unattended for too long, though, when you start to get that close to the Iowa Western goal. Those defenders are
1
quick.
minute left in the first half.
Final minute of play. First half. We're going to try to set up one last try here. There's plenty of time. And the streaking player, who that was, Nico.
Olha, eu falei isso em todos os jogos dos Nationals da NCAA D1 que a gente transmitiu, mas reforçando, o cronômetro ele é regressivo, então vocês já devem ter reparado isso, e quando ele chegar no zero, ele tá ali faltando 30 segundos, 26, 25, 24, quando ele chega no zero, toca um sinal, né, uma buzina, e o jogo acaba, independente se tiver aí a bola quase no ataque, e a zaga tá dando mole nisso, mas quando acaba, chega no zero, ó, ele vai contar 10, 9, enfim, e vai acabar o primeiro tempo.
3, 2, 1, 0.
There it is. Nothing doing there at the end for Iowa Lakes, or really for anybody. It's been a while, but it is Iowa Western Community College Reavers, Iowa Lakes Community College Lakers 0. As we hit intermission, any thoughts about that first half?
I mean, obviously the big play was Ganga being overzealous a little bit. Maybe he expected his defense to be behind him too, but that led to the goal. As you can see it right here, I believe this was how it unfolded early in the matchup. In just the 6th minute, found the back of the net, did Evan Southern, and Ganga kind of settled back in, there in Iowa Lake's defense as well, only allowing 5 shots for Iowa Western in the first half, but relatively even outside of that, just, type of miscue a little bit early on in the matchup. But I think both teams playing pretty even, and Iowa Lake's got to be not necessarily happy being down by 1, but happy that they're right still in this game and feel still pretty confident.
I think so too. I agree. But anyway, we'll take a look at the halftime stats when we come back after the half. You are watching the NJCAA Division I Men's Soccer Championship on the NJCAA Network.
Over 30 majors in 4 divisions.
Nursing, education, criminal justice,
exercise science. This is one of the very few schools to honor leadership with scholarship.
Our students go out into the world with confidence.
I know who I am.
Pfeiffer has it all. The only thing that's missing is you.
Então, galera, intervalo, vou até aproveitar para botar aqui a pergunta do Matheus, do que eu achei do primeiro tempo, peraí, pronto. O que eu tinha achado do primeiro tempo, o destaque, cara, da Iowa Lakes, realmente o Léo chamou bastante atenção. O número 6, que joga ali de volante, está distribuindo muito bem o jogo, deve estar atraindo a atenção dos treinadores para transferência, estava até olhando aqui pelo time, pegando as estatísticas. O número 6 é da Venezuela e um que tá muito bem também é o número 12, né, o atacante, o que faz sempre o facão ali, tá tentando disputar as bolas, e ele é da Jamaica. Então, 3 destaques de 3 atletas internacionais, 3 estrangeiros. O Léo brasileiro, o número 6 é da Venezuela, venezuelano, e o número 12 da Jamaica. Da Iowa Western, eu acho que eles são muito mais de time, né? Muito mais de elenco. Eu tava vendo aqui o número 17, que eu tinha me chamado a atenção, que é um atacante que fica bastante aberto na ponta. E ele também é estrangeiro, ele é do Canadá, de Quebec. Então, também estrangeiro bom. E outra estatística curiosa também, que nesse primeiro tempo, a Iowa Lakes fez 2 substituições só, trocaram, até o Léo saiu 1 hora e voltou. E a Iowa Western trocou 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 atletas. Então, é aquilo que eu falei, a Iowa Western tem um elenco um pouco mais qualificado para poder ficar trocando. E a gente está, final de temporada, verão, calor, quente. Então, isso pode ser uma vantagem para a Iowa Western, tá podendo rodar mais os jogadores, descansar. A Iowa Lakes não, só trocou 2 jogadores. Também não sei como que é o treinador em relação a fazer essas trocas. Tem treinador que prefere nem trocar, pode até ter um banco bom, mas quer dar ritmo de jogo, quer dar rodagem, quer dar clima de jogo, né? A galera tá competindo e não entrar aquele cara frio para depois sair, voltar. Enfim, estratégia de cada treinador. E Copa América, o cara tá perguntando aqui, Ismael. Ismael, você é argentino mesmo? Fala aí pra gente. Vai dar Brasil, né? Não sei nem se era pra estar tendo Copa América ou não, enfim, isso não vem ao caso. Mas se vai ter e se vai jogar, vai dar Brasil com certeza. Não sei se é argentino, se só gosta do... É o Riquelme ele na foto? Tô tentando ver. Mas enfim, acho que não vai dar pro seu time, não.
Your gift to the NJCAA Foundation will make a difference and create opportunities.
Riquelme eu não tenho boas lembranças dele, não. Sou corintiano, teve aquele gol na ponta ali, lá no Pacaembu que ele fez. Enfim, não foi muito uma boa lembrança, não, mas com certeza era craque também. Você é argentino mesmo? Tá acompanhando? Tem algum parente, amigo jogando? Ou só você tem vontade de jogar nos Estados Unidos? Quiser dar uma resenhada aqui com a galera, tem um monte de gente também buscando jogar lá, além de parentes de atletas que devam estar assistindo aqui também. Então, se seu objetivo é jogar lá, foca nisso, que argentino, brasileiro, qualquer lugar do Brasil não, do mundo, o processo é igual. Então, foca nisso também, que pode ser que ano que vem, em 2 anos para frente, você jogando lá.
As the second largest intercollegiate athletic association in the country, the NJCAA serves not only a pivotal role in college athletics, but in higher education. The NJCAA Foundation aims to move the association forward through resources, grant programs, and other special initiatives. Your gift to the NJCAA Foundation will make a difference and create opportunities.
Over 30 majors in 4 divisions.
Nursing, education, criminal justice.
Exercise science. This is one of the very few schools to honor leadership.
Fala, Matheus. Cara, eu joguei na Upper Iowa University. Ela é uma NCAA Divisão 2 e eu fui direto para ela. Eu já estudava aqui no Brasil, já tinha o inglês um pouco melhor. Então, não passei por Junior College, mas o caminho da Junior College é o que a gente sempre fala que é mais tranquilo para o brasileiro, mas cada caso é um caso. Então, eu fui direto para a NCAA na época, lá atrás, em 2011.
As the second largest intercollegiate athletic association in the country, the NJCAA serves not only a pivotal role in college athletics, but in higher education. The NJCAA Foundation aims to move the association forward through resources, grant programs, and other special initiatives. Your gift to the NJCAA Foundation will make a difference and create opportunities.
Over 30 majors in 4 divisions.
Nursing, education, criminal justice.
Exercise science. This is one of the very few schools to honor leadership with scholarship.
Our students go out into the world with confidence.
I know who I am.
Pfeiffer has it all. The only thing that's missing is you.
As the second largest intercollegiate athletic association in the country, the NJCAA serves not only a pivotal role in college athletics, but in higher education. The NJCAA Foundation aims to move the association forward through resources, grant programs, and other special initiatives. Your gift to the NJCAA Foundation will make a difference and create opportunities.
Over 30 majors in 4 divisions.
Nursing, education, criminal justice.
Exercise science. This is one of the very few schools to honor leadership with scholarship.
Our students go out into the world with confidence.
I know who I am.
Pfeiffer has it all. The only thing that's missing is you.
Fala, Caio, tá no intervalo, eles estão passando essas propagandas aí, mas tá no intervalo e tá 1-0 Iowa Western contra Iowa Lakes. Então, daqui a pouco começa o segundo tempo, agora a Iowa Lakes vai atacar a favor do vento. Para quem tá acompanhando aqui desde o primeiro tempo, viu que isso faz bastante diferença. Então já deve ter uns 5, 7 minutos de intervalo. Daqui 5 minutos volta o jogo também, e transmissão e tudo certo. Fechado?
The NJCAA serves not only a pivotal role in college athletics, but in higher education. The NJCAA Foundation aims to move the association forward through resources, grant programs, and other special initiatives. Your gift to the NJCAA Foundation will make a difference and create opportunities.
over 30 majors in 4 divisions.
Nursing, education, criminal justice.
Exercise science. This is one of the very few schools to honor leadership with scholarship.
Our students go out into the world with confidence.
I know who I am.
Pfeiffer has it all. The only thing that's missing is you.
And welcome back to Stryker Sports Complex here in Wichita, Kansas for the second half of our first semifinal game.
As the second largest intercollegiate athletic association in the country,
Championship.
the NJCAA serves not only a pivotal role in college athletics, but in higher education. The NJCAA Foundation
I guess
aims to
technically
move
the
the
2020
association
champions,
forward
given that's
through resources.
Sport, but
Yeah, well, exactly. It'd be maybe have to say 2020, but maybe with an asterisk.
well, I don't know what the trophy will say. Maybe it's say 2020-2021.
Probably. That's what I believe. That's our official paperwork does say, which makes sense. Normally just say one time a year sport. Although, thanks to pandemic, we're here doing it now in early June.
Yes.
Division 1 and Division 2 here in Wichita, Kansas. Division 2 semifinals completed. We've got our bracket set on that side. Division 1, game 1 of the semis over here, underway with Iowa Western on top, 1-0 at the break over Iowa Lakes. And kind of, do you have the stats? Want to look at those?
5 shots for Iowa Western, 4 shots on goal, just 1 save, 2 corners as well for the Reavers. And Iowa Lakes had 3 shots, 1 on goal, 3 saves, no corners for them. 1 yellow card in the contest. That was on Iowa Lakes.
So far, so good. Pretty much what we anticipated. Maybe thought maybe a little more offense, but really this game has been dominated by both defenses. 1 goal actually right there, and there is the guy who scored it. There, Southern with the ball on the far side. Nice pass. Iowa Western off and running. Reaver comes from the middle. That'll be a whistle, and that'll be a kick from right there. Kick. Good opportunity here in the early going of the second half for Iowa Western.
Yeah, Bernardo Prego right there, right at the top of the box. About 2 steps out of it. Had a good cross from Southern. Set an early opportunity. The Reavers were wanting to push the issue, it looked like, on that play, and they get a free kick out of it and in a prime spot as well.
Voltando agora então ao segundo tempo, já com 1 minuto ali rodado, e falta perigosíssima, né? Vou até soltar, depois eu respondo o Ismael.
Certainly tested more than his counterpart on the other side was. Millard not tested very much. Didn't get much through there, but there's Probo's kick. Up and right off the top.
Bateu ali na trave, ainda bem, né? Porque outro gol no início da partida. Perdeu R$10 aí, Ismael. Pode pagar aí no superchat, os 10ão. Mas ele perguntou se é eliminação direta. Sim, é um jogo só. Quem ganhar passa, vai jogar a final. E quem perder, eliminado. De novo, se empatar, prorrogação, 2 tempos de 10 minutos com gol de ouro, persistindo o empate, aí é pênalti, 5 pênaltis para cada, normal.
A lot of feet there. Iowa Lakes finally gets away with it. On the far side. At least for a second. While they reset their offense, mind you, the Bob McCloskey Insurance is proud to be the official athletic insurance provider of the NJCAA and provide the coverage for NJCAA student athletes who are protected on the field or the court. Bob McCloskey Insurance, we've got you covered.
Time of possession is not an official stat cap in soccer, but at the college level at least. But I mean, just eyeballing it, it was relatively even in the first half. Iowa Western in their favor a bit, but Iowa Western coming out a bit more aggressive here as they did to start the game.
Exactly.
To start here the second half too.
Paid dividends for them in the first half.
Yes.
Yeah, they did have one good shot early on here in the second half. Lard puts it back to play towards the field.
Yes, take.
Pretty nice little hip check. Number 17, Taria Chiguete. Too much contact. Relatively harmless spot there. Western. Ball now towards the middle. Rotated back to the far side. Cross midfield. Being patient with them again. While they're up 1-0, the LAX defense is no slouch. All tournament long. All season long as well, actually.
Yeah, both these teams obviously not allowing a goal here in the pool play, advantages for them. But you look at their matchups from earlier this year, Iowa Western has probably got to know that a 1-goal advantage is not necessarily safe against a rival in Iowa Lakes. So they probably want to, maybe put an extra one on the board to kind of cement things more in their favor. But Iowa Lakes, who's been on their heels a little bit more here in the second half, knows that they're going to have to score a couple, because they had to get 2 to get to the overtime, when they played in districts. They're going to have to pick up the offensive pace, though, at some point in the second half to try to tie it up at least.
Exactly. One of those things to remind you all about is that there are going to be 2 water breaks here in the half. Fight for the ball here on the near sideline. Iowa Lakes is the best at that time, except passes it directly to Iowa Western. Water breaks at 15 and 30 on the clock or thereabouts. Conditions kind of ranging in that. Temperature's right around 90 degrees here, at least at the airport. It's on the far side of town, actually. Heat indexes, though, is the mid-90s. And then you add in the turf down there, it feel a lot hotter than that.
No, it's probably got to be over 100 on the turf here today.
Forecast to be even hotter tomorrow for the championships. Good news is, at least for the
we're not playing until the afternoon, so it might, hopefully start to cool down at least once we get going with the championships tomorrow.
Well, actually, said maybe the Division I game, at least second half of that might be the one that's pleasant-ish.
Yes. Yeah, it'll be the later contest.
Yes. Finals tomorrow, Division II will be at 4 o'clock Central Time as we await the inbound by Bernardo Prego, defenseman from Portugal. The Division I championship will be at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Here today, we do have one more game for this. Another 7 o'clock start. Harcum taking on Salt Lake. Should be a good one, too. Salt Lake getting in with a win over Barton. A big enough win over Barton, more specifically. They won 3-1 to advance on points.
We could have, between both divisions, a Midwest versus East Coast.
Exactly. From Pennsylvania. That pass. Not exactly fielded cleanly, but eventually Rivers do get control of it. Slip 1-0. Under 38 minutes to play here in the second half. Ball got to Southern. Southern with it now. Trying to get free. Looks like there could have been enough contact for a whistle. They don't. The ice fits the play by Nohar. Reavers with the ball still. Now attacking the middle once again. There's a shot. There's a deflected and tracked down eventually by Ganga. shooting for our goal. Hopefully he doesn't. There it is. Once again, Southern was threatening him down there.
Yeah, good save by Ganga. He stayed disciplined that time around and awaited the opportunity to come his way and was able to keep the Reavers off the board again.
Ball blitz. Brown with the ball there. Now attacking the middle. Evades one would-be slide. That ball off the back of the Iowa Western defender. Look down. I thought that was can't be the number I thought I saw.
Yeah, it was Prego. That was in the
Corner
way.
kick awarded to the Lakers.
I thought I saw 7. Look down there. There's no. Anyway, we our first corner kick for the Lakers. 36, 38, and counting here in the first half.
Game,
Second half.
Lakers,
Second half.
number 11, Raz Levy.
Checks in. Whistle blows. The official wants adjusted. Wants the flag adjusted ever so slightly, apparently. Check it out. Make sure it's fine. Fine it is. Ready for the kick. Back in the middle. Headed out. A little back and forth yet again. Millard gets to stand there and just look good. As his defense does all the work for him.
Yeah, his defense made 2 plays relatively easily at that to just put it right back out of the box with the snap of the fingers.
Will be out in favor of Iowa Western Community College. See Brown in pursuit, trying to make something happen for the Reavers, or for the Lakers. You know, Wooster down there. A couple speedy attackers for the Iowa Lakes squad. You get the Reavers with the ball now. Trying to take that right side. Now coming back to the left. Foot race for the ball. Out of bounds. Iowa Western throwing again. Not a whole line change for the first substitution. First time I've seen that all tournament, actually. The fewest number I think I've seen come in at one time for the first substitution for Iowa Western. But it's 3, though.
Ivan Cayado.
Be able to keep fresh legs out there is of importance to both squads. A little over 10 minutes.
And one thing I was interested in was I wondered if they played Southern and Cayado together, the 2 leading goal scorers, but I think that they switch out a little bit.
For the most part, they have.
As I say, and that makes sense. I mean, obviously to have one guy like that threatening, but and you have other ample guys obviously that can score for this Iowa Western team, but I just thought it was interesting to see if you would have both, hot feet, I guess is the best way you could put it out there. That could come up with opportunities.
From what we've seen the tournament so far, he just going to switch. That'd be Coach Brown tends to have one in, one out. And we see that right now. Southern is out. Cayado checked in during that last exchange.
This is a huge
kick
spot
right here.
Yes.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to have Provo with kick to kick.
I mean, inches outside the box.
Giorgio Provo, the freshman from Bergamo, Italy, or Italia, if you prefer. Provo's kick sails over the head of everybody. And the ball will go to Iowa Lakes. Good opportunity. Not able to get anything out of it. Alex works it down. Tries to get something down. Bonds it with Joel Sangwa. Talked about it earlier, I think, during the Southeastern game, talking about all the international students on pretty much every squad.
Yeah, pretty much everybody. I mean, like we had Jones in the D2 side, heavy Mississippi flavor. That's where, of course, they're from. But I know that there are some junior colleges that have some rules about rosters, and that you have to have so many in-state people and such like that, and some don't have those restrictions. That's kind of a conference thing more than an NJCAA thing, and you see, but soccer is obviously an international game, and you're going to see a heavy international flavor for a majority of teams, even with some roster restrictions for some.
I do know that use the shorthand version, the Jayhawk League.
Jayhawk
used to have a lot of restrictions, particularly like on the football side. They had to have so many percentage need to be from Kansas. They relaxed that in the last.
They did. They went back to
years.
a little bit. It's not as restrictive as they used to have it as well,
but both of these squads, and looking at it would be fun to put that on a map, because I'm looking at even a player from Iowa Western, number 15, Luka Nedic from Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Yeah. Australia, Portugal, Chile, Germany. Iowa Western threatening here.
Oh, still the ball, looking for another attempt at goal right here. Bounce around, still with the ball. Reavers get towards.
Deixa acabar esse lance totalmente.
Cara,
Mas eu acho que a Iowa Western deu uma cansada, né? Sei lá, até a zaga tá meio paradona. Quer dizer, a Iowa Lakes tá cansada. Porque a Western tá girando a bola e eles não estão chegando, não estão pressionando. O goleirão meio desanimadão, bota a bola no chão, não consegue chutar lá pra frente. Enfim, tá esquisito. Tem que achar um gol logo aí pra botar o time de volta no jogo. O jogo realmente tá mais parado mesmo, não sei se pelo calor, né? Como eu falei, agora tá dando 30 minutos, deve ter outra parada de água, mas esperava um pouco mais. Esperava um pouco mais já o Alex nesse segundo tempo.
That kick, oh, that was just about a huge play for Iowa Lakes. Kick went just left of the goal.
Foi o que eu falei, até fisionomia, né? O 9 ali parece estar esgotado, o time parece estar cansado ali. O 29, o Léo, tá mais inteirão, mostrando uma postura um pouco melhor. Mas vamos ver, tomara que com essa parada para a água eles voltem um pouco melhor para esse segundo tempo. Quase fizeram um gol agora também, né? Não estão entregues, mas eu esperava uma intensidade um pouco maior de Iowa Lakes nesse segundo tempo. Até porque agora eles estão jogando a favor do vento, né?
This water break, I'll remind you all, you can follow the action of the 2021 NJCAA National Championships live on the NJCAA network. Go to www.njcaatv.com to view live and archived broadcasts of all the NJCAA national tournaments, coast to coast. The NJCAA network is also available on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Android TV streaming platforms for your viewing convenience.
We talked about the international, flavor. Obviously, I mean, heavy from Europe and South, America. A lot of teams, guys from there. But I saw the guy I just talked about, Live. He's from Israel, which is another different country that I hadn't seen. So Australia, Zimbabwe as well on this Iowa Lakes team. So. Or even just one to go to a 4-year, but a lot of these international guys have opportunities maybe to go back and play on some semi-pro type teams, different things like that in their countries, represent their country and stuff. So having an opportunity to do that is huge. We talked about it, 2 guys from Southeastern playing from the Virgin Islands on their national team. But these guys have opportunities maybe to go back in a few years to go play on their national team as well. I had the privilege, to know a gal that from Brazil a few years back when I was at a community college that she now plays basketball internationally in Brazil. So for the national team. So.
Yeah, all sorts of opportunities being given here. The NJCAA.
Os comentários estavam falando justamente sobre os atletas internacionais em Junior College, a porta de entrada muito boa para eles, que é o caso que a gente reforça várias vezes. Falou até que a Southeastern, que está na final da Divisão 2, que também é da mesma conferência de Iowa Lakes e Iowa Western, mas na Divisão 2, está com 2 atletas desfalcando eles agora porque eles estão com a seleção das Ilhas Virgin, né, Virgin Islands, para a eliminatória da Copa, igual o Brasil jogou ontem, tá tendo a eliminatória da Copa para a América Central, né? Ele acho que não é a CONCACAF, é uma própria confederação da América Central. E esses 2 foram jogar pela seleção principal e são atletas da Southeastern, muito fera isso também. Não sei se eles vão chegar a tempo de jogar a final amanhã, mas é isso.
Defender falls down even. For a second, the Reavers would have been getting off quickly before the defense got back entirely, but deflection or 2 later, Iowa Lakes now battling for it, and the takeaway.
Yeah, Iowa Lakes just had an ever so slight change of the direction of the ball, just when that initial run was being had by the Reavers, and was just enough for their defense to recover.
Evenly matched, these 2 squads certainly appear to be, certainly the way they're playing. Again, they know each other so well, all the other things. It kind of feels like it's going to come down to just either someone making a play or someone, unfortunately, someone misplaying something that's going to lead to the next breakthrough one way or the other. I couldn't even tell you who it's going to be. There's such a thing as momentum. I couldn't even tell you who has it. I know Iowa Western's probably look more consistent offensively.
Yeah, I mean, but the numbers don't suggest that they're drastically in that favor. I mean, 7 shots, 5 on goal for Iowa Western, 5 shots, 2 on goal for Iowa Lakes. And the Reavers have been a little more of the aggressor, but I still feel like Iowa Lakes have had opportunities, broke through, and could all of a sudden be tie this up.
Number 18, Jiwoo Lee, and number 20, Maruki Kawahara.
Western inbounds trying to work the far sideline. That kick sails out of bounds. It'll be another throw in for Iowa Western. Remember to keep up with all the latest news and updates regarding NJCAA men's soccer and all the other sports by visiting the official website of the National Junior College Athletic Association at www.njcaa.org. I know it's pretty updated because, well, I printed out the brackets this morning that were for our semifinal action today, just to make sure I had all the latest information. So
that was interesting. The cross right there I thought was just out of play, but they're actually going to award her a corner.
To the Reavers.
It did look pretty close. All right, it will be a corner for Iowa Western.
Their 3rd of the game.
Kawahara take the kick. Sophomore from Japan. He's been very short. Now back to him. Headed safely out, but also with the Reavers. Reavers kick in the middle. There's a header attempt. Doesn't matter anyway. Whistled offsides.
Jiwoo Lee was the guy there looking to get his head on that and redirect it towards the goal.
As we wait the kick from Ganga. Clock still ticking away. Again, if it stays like this, Iowa Western will get a spot in the finals. They wear the only jerseys they packed. They need, if you're the 1 seed, the whites all the way through. If Iowa Lakes wins, finds a way to get the W here, then they'll be wearing the exact same thing as well.
Indeed.
Ball goes out of bounds be a throw in for Iowa Lakes. We get a look at number 5, Lewis Nohar. Nohar, Scotland native.
Yeah, he's had a couple of really good defensive plays. He had the slide tackle earlier that I remember that dispossessed a Reaver. I mean, it was smooth and just
Now on the field for the
just a
Lakers,
beautiful
it's
play.
number 17, Chiare Togwetti.
Nohar's had a very nice tournament actually on the defensive side. I don't know who decides who makes the all-tournament team.
I was gonna bring that up. I was like, I know that they usually pick an all-tournament team, but yeah, there's been a lot of guys definitely that, and he would be one on that list that I think would be a deserving candidate.
I certainly agree. Whistle substitute.
Yep.
A couple of them for Iowa Western. Clock still rolling now. A little under 25 minutes. Now
Yes.
20 minutes into the second half. Still no
In the game,
no more scoring.
Iowa Western.
And still pretty low output shot-wise for both teams, too.
Oh, indeed.
And number 13, Ariana Segusa.
Oh, there's ball up to Southern. Southern's couple guys on. Okay, look at it, but he goes out of bounds for another goal kick.
You're looking back at the history of these teams from this year. Iowa Western obviously winning all the matchups. Iowa Western outshot Iowa Lakes as well in every single contest, but not by wide margins. But they got a few more shots than they have in this one and a couple of the opportunities against the Lakers earlier this year. But it's kind of playing itself out almost kind of like the other matchups earlier this year, which is not surprising. I mean, you kind of expect that.
Kind of a case of second versus same as the first. Actually, in this case, it'd be fourth versus same as first, second, and third so far. About 25 minutes to change the script though for Iowa Lakes. Kick for Iowa Western. Far sideline right at midfield. Trying to hide their lead out a little bit. So they'll advance the ball. This time get to throw in about 30 yards ahead of where they were, give or take. And then they turn the ball over. Once again, nothing doing for the Iowa Western offense. They feel like they're both offenses really are just hitting brick walls metaphorically when they end up on in the attacking areas.
Yeah, that attacking third, I mean, they haven't been able to necessarily put forth a multitude of tries. Iowa Western's tries really have come in a pocket of time frame as well. I mean, the start of the match and then the start of the second half is really when Iowa Western's true best offensive opportunities have come. And they've sprinkled in a couple other times as well, but I really feel like those were the junctures that they really garnered the most great looks that they got.
Well, they're going to try again now. This coming in from the right side. That kick, which hits the side of the net, but it will be a corner kick. So that attempt deflected. Out of bounds. Take the kick will be
corner kick awarded to Iowa Western.
Number 20, Maruki Kawahara. Interesting, look how they've. Most of Iowa Western has been particularly aggressive with this corner kick. There's only 4 people in there to attack, and that ball deflected up. Rebound shot, not particularly close. Arata Segusa tried to follow up the deflection. Goes out of bounds. Yet another kick for Ganga. I almost said something snarky, like his 85th kick from goal. Not that much. It kind of feels like it at this point. It probably feels like it for him too.
It probably does. Yeah.
numbers with their turn. Look, the takeaway with them, the defense just too much. Nice play. One good play deserves another. Iowa Lakes. Defender, a couple nice kicks back to back. Out of bounds. We'll be with Iowa Western. A little run from the near sideline. Remember to order your official 2021 NJCAA Division I Men's Soccer Championship merchandise online at the NJCAA store. Visit shop.njcaa.org to view exclusive national championship and other NJCAA merchandise. For your first order, you can receive 10% off using the promo code WELCOME10. Who doesn't want 10% off? And all orders over $75 receive free shipping. Visit shop.njcaa.org and order your official championship gear today. There's Iowa Lakes now with an opportunity, attacking down the right side. Owusu gets to center. Headed back out. We'll stay with Iowa Lakes, though. Iowa Lakes nice shot, maintain possession until there.
Yeah, Owusu just couldn't control it off his chest on the near touch line and lost the handle there. But Lakers were threatening, but never really brought the ball into the box to make a true, look towards the goal.
Iowa Western with not a full line change, but most of one there. 4 in, 4 out for them.
John Coronado.
Under 20 minutes to go.
Logan Roach back in the contest, as is number 27.
Mini version of their line change.
Exactly.
Roman, and number 16, James Travis on the field for the Lakers.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep my eye on. I was kind of waiting to see if, and maybe one of the moments you coach around season 4 and they need offense, looking for a Southern and Coyote to be on the field at the same time.
But in the driver's seat with the 1-0 lead, so don't necessarily need another goal right now, but another one would definitely not hurt.
I was gonna say Iowa Lakes is threatening, and then the ball went out of bounds.
Yellow card.
Only our second one of the match.
This is on Western.
Prego gets it.
Yeah, Prego getting that one. Yeah, only second yellow card issued in the match overall.
Seems a little low for this matchup, but we'll take it. 18:40 on the clock. Still 1-0 Iowa Western over Iowa Lakes. Bid
on the field for the Lakers,
for the finals.
Number 25, Matthias Daniel Duran.
Lakers throw in from the far sideline.
In the game for the Reavers, number 2, Bernardo Prego. Number 3, Diego Quintana. Number 16, Joel Quashi. And number 27, Giorgio Provo.
Looking for there. I was about to say, before they turn the ball over there, Lakers looking for their first shot.
Galera, faltando 17 minutos, 17:45, já tá aquele jogo um pouco mais desespero, né, de Iowa Lakes. Bola na área, tentando achar o número 9 ali o tempo inteiro. Mas é isso, não teve nada muito concreto, mas tá aberto ali, uma bola que achar, prorrogação, então é muito realmente clima de decisão, né? Um gol ali pode mudar tudo. E é isso, continua achando o Léo, sei lá, pelo menos a pessoa mais lúcida ali no meio, tá tentando botar pelo menos a bola na área, tentando segurar um pouco. E o número 6, mas essa zaga aí tá querendo emoção a zaga.
It's either him or Bogio.
Okay. I'm just guessing.
No, it is. I think it is Noah Lewis out there.
Yeah. Again, we're talking about his defensive play. Maybe another one there.
Yeah, confirmed.
Yep. Townsend actually goes other side of this. I'm booth. It'll be Iowa Western ball. The far corner. That's a foul on Provo as Seixas went down, crumbled, but quickly back up.
And good sportsmanship. I mean, the Reavers player helping him up as well back into the actions.
Yeah. mean, admittedly, probably didn't feel good, but it was a yell heard up here when he got hit. Like, maybe a bit much, but at any rate, did get the foul and kick coming right in front of the goal, but up and over. Again, Lakers get an opportunity there. Kick off the foot of Jason Dyer, I believe.
Yeah, he knocked it down, turned and fired. I'm surprised he even had an avenue to even send that up the way where the traffic that was in his way. But
it goes up and over. So Patrick Millard yet again with the ball in play with the goal kick. Back and forth we go. As soon as it looks like one squad's going to keep it for a couple of passes, goes right to the other one. And the story of the game, really. That foul bounces out of bounds. Lakers quickly throw it in. They're working the ball. A little 2-on-1 action. Reavers with it. One sweeping the leg later. It's going to be Reavers' kick.
Some moans and groans from the Iowa Lakes bench.
That action is taking place right in front of it. No shortage of opinions on that sideline. Southern with it on the right side. Makes a move towards the middle. Hey, shot is good. Southern, one-man wrecking crew for Iowa Western, puts his team up 2-0 here in the second half. I'm not sure what the Iowa Lakes players are complaining about. They're protesting some aspect of it, but
goal scored by number 28, Evan Southern.
Yeah, right there. Goal scored with 15:07 remaining in the second half. And suddenly, Reavers, look at the way this game has gone, are in control. Let's take another look at Evan Southern's goal. Just tremendous play by Evan. That's 2 goals for him on the day. We got a water break on the field. Mike, what do you think?
I mean, that's beautiful play. I mean, he got around his defender, had an open avenue, saw that the near side corner was open. Because Gango was playing over.
Gol duro, mas golaço, né? O cara recebeu ali, realmente falei, a zaga tava parecendo dar espaço e no que deu espaço pro cara, ele cortou pra dentro e fez o gol. Demora que o 26 teve pra chegar, encostar e não deixar ele virar. Então, é jogada fatal. O número 28, como eu falei, é um dos poucos americanos desse time da Iowa Western. Ele é de Connecticut. Então, é isso. Mesmo não sendo estrangeiro, foi decisivo. E se eu não me engano, deixa eu até confirmar aqui, eu acredito que ele tinha feito o primeiro gol também. Exatamente, ele tinha feito o primeiro gol. Os 2 gols dele, 2 gols de um americano em um jogo que, sei lá, 95% dos atletas são estrangeiros. Então, de novo, a qualidade do americano, eles não são bobos com isso também, não.
Plays a lot into the action. I mean, just having the pedigree, we talked about obviously the changeover at the junior.
Aí, ó, até o Ismael, diretamente da Argentina, fã do Riquelme, falou a mesma coisa que eu. O zagueiro parecia que não queria marcar ele, foi lá acompanhando, parecia que estava só fazendo a obrigação ali de cercar e o cara cortou para dentro, já era.
You know, that knows the experience of national tournaments. I know Mike Brown's only been there for a couple of years, but he knows national tournament appearances. He's been there at his other stops as well before Iowa Western. And, you know, Iowa Western, just the program has that illustrious history, and you play with that pride, I guess, that adds to, you know, to things.
There is something to be said for that. And it's one of those things like that's a part of, I mean, there's many reasons why certain programs, whatever sport it is, whatever level it is, you know, tend to be consistently where they're at. Is part of that is just you don't have to have been there. Once you're a part of that program, you're part of a bigger whole. You know, there's some teams, some programs, you almost, whether you're a freshman or whether you're playing for your first game ever, or a senior walking on who finally gets an opportunity, or a sophomore in this case, because we got a whistle down there, stoppage of clock. Will be another yellow card assessed. That's going to go on. No Harley.
Our guy that we were talking about.
Talked about for a little bit and a little too aggressive there. Really not surprising though, as you can, there might since be a little, again, certainly some urgency when you start feeling from the Lakers side.
On the field, Iowa Lakes is number 4. Sebastian
when you're part of a good program,
Zapata.
and it's almost like this impression you get, like you're going to walk on the field, you expect to win, and winning that mental game, that's a mental edge that is very real. That's how a lot of programs can sustain success. You know, you turn around one or two, you have players, a lot of players for 1 year. It doesn't matter if you expect to be successful as soon as you step on that field.
And then that pedigree also plays in the fact of recruiting. You know, I mean,
Yes.
it allows you to get some of the top tier players, and they understand that, okay, well, I'm being recruited by this program. Well, this program has been a very good program, so they think I'm a very good player, and
Exactly.
I want to be a part of that.
So again, we've seen that next year. Iowa Western with the 2-0 lead, final 15 minutes, second half. One of the things I was also curious to see here in the final 15 minutes is if Iowa Western was going to keep being aggressive. It sure looks like they are, which is why change your game plan? I mean, your defense is playing so well anyway.
Yes, but, and it'll only help you build confidence for the championship.
They're going to, assuming this 2-0 lead holds, you got a whistle. Should be a free kick from right over there.
Iowa Western, I don't know if you know this, but like their facilities are phenomenal. They're top type flight facilities in the junior college realm, so they get some good opportunities with what they put together.
Well, that doesn't hurt with recruiting either.
Yes. They're well supported for sure.
That kick. Almost like he could have been trouble, but instead fielded easily by Ganga, who puts it in play on the far side. Brown can't keep it in, though.
Yeah, Cody was kind of tracking in on that, but I don't think he got a touch, and I think it just went into Ganga's breadbasket to easily track in on that free kick.
Lakes with it, and I said I don't know if that Western hit it, but nope, Lake's still with it on the far side, trying to get something going. Again, the clock is definitely ticking, working against them.
It's still ample time. I mean, we're just dipped under 13 minutes, so you're down 2-0. It's not an insurmountable situation, but it's definitely not an easy situation either.
I'd say the only reason it feels like it's less time than that is just based on how well the Iowa Western defense has played all day.
Yes.
That pass up and forward. He's got a guy right there. Move. Again, Ganga very aggressive. He's out of position, but Western didn't send their whole offense up that time. They had 7 guys hanging back.
Yeah, Cody again was the guy bearing down that time for the Reavers there.
Lakers in good position though there. Ball down the left side. Near turnover, but instead they keep it. Kick up and wide right. Seixas attempt. No good. Another goal kick.
Boa finalização do Léo, realmente é o que eu falei. E ele é o cara que tá tentando mais distribuir chegando, mas mesmo assim ele é o meia que vem um pouco de trás, né? O ataque não tá conseguindo segurar a bola para ele chegar nessa situação que ele teve que recuperar a bola, cortar para o meio e chutar, né? Quase gol, mas realmente é o atleta que tá mais tentando aí fazer alguma coisa ali na frente. Mas é isso, faltando ainda 11 minutos, é achar um gol e pressão final. Ainda dá tempo sim.
That could be a great shot in the arm, and you're right back in it. But you take a little longer than that, you're playing dangerously if you want to try to get back into it.
Okay. Funny bounce. Millard in really bad position here right there, and there's a great opportunity for the Lakes. Oh,
huge backup there. I mean, Millard had came and played out, and definitely he definitely gave it was Moise Bombito,
yes,
who set himself as the goalie,
right?
Corner kick awarded to Iowa Lakes.
I think he's a defenseman, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, from Montreal. There it is. Yeah. So I was looking for. I knew who he was from. At any rate, great. That's what you're supposed to do, though. You back up your teammate, and that was great positioning, great play. Heads it over. It'll be a corner, though. Lakers kick. Still in the middle.
Handball.
Whistle handball. They're still Laker down. An opportunity to be down with your team down 2-0. Officials do stop the clock for them, though.
Yep, so 10:23 left to go, and Iowa Lakes with a huge opportunity just right there when Millard had came out, left the goal open, but the Reavers defense steps up and makes a goal-saving play. I mean,
It was.
That's what it was, a goal-saving play, and I mean a huge block.
That was a huge play. I mean, it's hard to overestimate or overstate how much of a play that was, because that would have put the Lakers on the board, only down one with another 10 minutes to go.
Oh, and Millard knew how important that play was by his teammate Mobito, because he hugged him and embraced him after the save.
Essentially, thanks for bailing me out, because I kind of I was a little too aggressive for a second. You know what he was trying to do early on, but it's just a nice play that Iowa Lakes to keep it away from him.
And I think to go back and not to bring up negative things for Iowa Lakes, but the first goal of the game, I think Ganga kind of wanted the same thing to unfold, have the defense back him up when he played aggressive, and it didn't pan out in his way. And unfortunately for him, the defense wasn't there to back him up, and that led Evan Sutherland to that first goal, which now, of course, he has 2 to his name in the game. But we see it unfold on the flip side, and Iowa Western is the beneficiary of a good backup defense to the goalkeeper.
That's exactly right, because if you recall, Ganga got up, and after the goal was scored, he was emphatically, demonstratively expressing his opinion to his teammates about,
definitely some frustration from him there when that scenario played itself out. That was the 6th minute of the game when Southern had gotten that goal, and then, of course, in the 75th minute, he got his second to make it the 2-0 advantage that it is.
Kick. Back in the middle, Reavers. Almost to the that kick. Header is up and in. Wow, the floodgates seem to have opened here. Iowa Western. That was Callado?
I think it was.
Ixi, a própria transmissão deles tinha travado, e quando voltou, gol 3-0 Iowa Western, faltando 7 minutos agora, 8 minutos.
Nope, 17.
Conde,
Ibrahim Conde, the freshman from Montreal, gets a goal. That's they're taking a look at it. That header, well placed. You got another great play for Iowa Western. That's the first assist we've seen today for Iowa Western.
Yeah, Evan Sutherland went mano a mano earlier on.
Number 3, Diego Quintana with the assist.
8:08 showing on the clock. That's what's left here between Iowa Western and a berth in the finals. Again, the number 1 seed in the tournament, undefeated in pool play, undefeated overall,
and pretty much doing what they do best. I mean, what they has led them to, 15-0-2 record, and the Council Bluffs Iowa squad looking like the number 1 team in the country.
Right? They do what the number 1 teams do. What the number 1 teams do. They take care of business. And you can say what you will about the first goal. Boy, it feels almost like they've worn down this Iowa Lakes team. Just this relentless machine, if you will.
I think that's a great way to put it. They kind of wore down Iowa Lakes in this matchup, because they're now at 12 shots, and they did not have that when we went to halftime, amassing that multitude of opportunities. And Iowa Western has just been able to stick with it, and their stick-to-itiveness, paying out for themselves here in this contest.
Yeah, so there's still some time left. 8:08 remaining. It'll be Lakers ball when we get back underway. But you can almost, I don't worry too much into these things. It's perils of being a coach. You can kind of feel sometimes when your team that elusive beast that is momentum.
Yes.
And I didn't feel after the first goal for Iowa Western, particularly if you've lost your team 3 times, the here we go again type feeling. Started to feel it after the second one, and now I can almost feel it almost emanating from the field up here.
Yeah.
Because that's a defense this good. 3 goals might as well be 13.
And it just feels like Iowa Western
On the field for the Lakers, number
seems
6,
more exhausted
Jose Miguel
in
Boggio.
this game right now.
Number 20, Philip Buchenhausen.
And I think that's the other sign of a high.
Kin.
And I hesitate to say the better teams. They've been the better of Iowa Lakes all season, but that's a sign of a really, really good championship caliber team is they know when to put another team away.
Yes.
And I think that's what we saw. That last goal in particular. Southern's 2 goals were one thing. The first one in particular, you could always see and say, oh, okay, well, we're miscommunication way, whatever. What about at this point, though? They're just not letting Iowa Lakes hang around and still being aggressive with it. They're not content to just go ahead and say, okay, we'll just play the rest of this game on our half of the field. They're still going after them, under 7 to play.
I also wonder how much being aggressive is the fact that they know their opponent, too.
Also true, right? Again, we just
make a little statement as well,
both
going into the championship game.
Both for this one, both for your next opponent, and both for next season. They'll play these 2 teams.
Galera, eu confirmei aqui também, o próximo jogo é às 9 horas só, então vai ter um intervalo maior. Aí acabando esse eu finalizo e abro um link novo para o jogo da Harcum. Então 9 horas a gente começa a próxima transmissão, até para salvar esse vídeo tudo certo, não ficar algo muito grandão, beleza?
I've made this reference both as a coach and as an observer. When a team, when you just can't get over that mental hump or physical hump, both of them. The physical one becomes a mental one.
Yeah.
And it's like they're living rent free in your head sometimes.
In the game for the Reavers, it's number 16, Joel Quashie.
Just like we talked about earlier, like you assume to win on one side, particularly if it's, God, we never beat these guys. It gets in there. It's a thing.
It is definitely tough. I mean, when a series and your rival is kind of one-sided in that rivalry, it does wear on you a bit.
But the good news is, again, we're talking about it as if it's already over, but it is a pretty tall hill to climb, mountain to climb at this point. It might be more accurate.
Yeah, just 5.5 minutes left to go, and a 3-0 advantage.
It feels more like Everest at this point, but at any rate, again, the good news is sophomores will move on. Freshmen become sophomores. Incoming freshmen, there will be essentially new teams coming along here in the fall. But right now, we've got Iowa Lakes with the ball here on the near side, moving around on their half of the field. Still looking for maybe try to sneak one across. They could get one here. There's still enough time to make it interesting.
Jogo acabando também, galera. Quem ainda tá aqui, lembra de dar o like na transmissão só. A gente fez toda essa logística para transmitir, então dá uma moral. Lembrando que a gente vai, acabando esse jogo, a gente finaliza a transmissão e eu vou abrir a nova transmissão para Harcum contra Salt Lake. Fechado?
Feeling more aggressive, particularly in the beginning of both halves. We've seen a lot more of that here in the second half. They just, again, I've just felt like they wore down this Lake squad. Yet again, Millard with I hesitate to call it a save, really, but
yeah, not too much on that one.
So taking their time, moving the ball. Surprised Iowa Lakes isn't pressuring them a little bit more. They do get the turnover, though. Now try to pass the ball across field, though. However, that ball either mishit or miscommunication. And there's Southern in pursuit again, trying to get one more in. Why not go for the hat trick? He's got 2. Oh, ball with the Reavers. That'll be a pass to the middle and going between some. I think his intended target was Cayado. And by the way, of note, Cayado and Southern on the field at the same time.
They are. We talked about that earlier. Yeah.
Just to finish thing. Lakers with the ball now, threading down the middle of the field. There's a pass. Yet again. Whoever advances from our next game, which will be Salt Lake and Harcum, they'll have their work cut out for them. Iowa Western will be coming to that game with a lot of confidence. They look to take care of their opponent, finish them off here. Final 3 minutes, 3 minutes on the nose according to the official clock. Lots of threes going around. 3 minutes, 3-0 the score.
In the game for Iowa Lakes, number 23, Jeremy Benson.
It looked like there was actually an Iowa Lakes player that was kind of nicked up. He walked off with a little bit of a limp on the far side, so that's why I officially stopped it, because I was like, Western didn't sub in.
That was my thought.
I was wondering why, and then I saw one of the Lakers head off.
I was scanning the sideline as well, going, did I miss it? But missed nothing. It'll be ball put in play right here by Tim Trevis. 16. Gets to the far side. Just trying to make something happen yet again. Ball does square free. Lakers do have it on the left side. Looking for a good attempt over there, or at least someone to pass to. It's out of bounds. Will be a corner kick.
Corner kick, Lakers.
I know at this point, one goal wouldn't be bad to give up, but Iowa Western, I'm sure, wants the clean sheet to their name. They haven't given up a goal yet at Nationals. So
why start now? As that goes harmlessly out of bounds. I think it's a throw-in, though. It won't be a goal kick. Indeed it is. It was close, but no cigar. Let's see who throw it in. Down the sideline. All up. Lakers have it. Out in front of everything. Now on the right side. Nohar with it. Gets it back to the middle. Southern comes flying in and disrupts it. And there's a pass ahead. There's Southern ahead of almost everybody. It's out of bounds to the Reavers. And again, this is a great way to finish off this game if you're an Iowa Western fan. Final minute and a half. And that pass complete. And then the shot deflected out of bounds, but it will be a corner kick. And you know that the Iowa Western players are going to take their time to set this one up.
Kick, Lakers. Check that. Iowa Western. Corner kick.
Final minute right now.
1 minute left in the contest.
Maybe we'll discuss it a little more. Maybe the one right there. They just kick it in between the two of them. Ball out of bounds yet again. Southern tosses it over to Quosi.
So 16th win of the year for these Reavers. It's going to be.
Go back and forth. Final 30 seconds. Win this one. Dramatic fashion. Not even dramatic, in emphatic fashion. That's the word I was looking for. Very different meaning.
10,
True.
9,
True.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Final 3 seconds.
2,
Reavers just
1.
kick it away.
0. Time.
And there it is. There's the end of our first semifinal game in Division
Final
1
score, Iowa Western
NJCAA men's soccer action.
And the
Iowa Western Community College Reavers 3, Iowa Lakes Community College Lakers 0, 3-0. My closing thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, the Reavers really controlled most of the contest. Overall was pretty balanced in the first half, outside of some advancements early. Obviously, the 6-minute goal by Evan Southern, and then you add 2 more here in the second half, and a rivalry matchup that continues to be dominated by the Reavers, right now. And Iowa Lakes, an exceptional season for themselves in their first appearance at Nationals. Nothing to hang their hat about. They just unfortunately ran into a team that they've had to deal with quite a bit, and were unable to get over that hump. And Iowa Western takes advantage and does exactly what they need to do as the #1 team in the country. Be able to cement themselves into the championship game tomorrow night.
Yeah, look at on the screen there is Southern's first goal. You know, a little bit of a misplay there. It was just 6 minutes into the contest. More action. It's kind of fun watching these highlights there. And again, Millard didn't have to do a whole lot today.
No, he had a couple saves, officially credited to him, but yeah, he only faced 7 shots. So I mean, it wasn't really a lot towards him. 13-7 in the shots. So Iowa Western getting better there. 8 of their 13 are shots on goal for the Reavers as well. So
yeah, that's Southern with 2 goals today. He put one about the 6-minute mark, one about the 75 one, and then great pass and then head in. Ibrahim Condi gets the 3rd goal, finish off the scoring. So there it is, your final, once again, 3-0 Iowa Western over Iowa Lakes.
É isso, galera. 3-0 é o que o comentarista estava falando. Deixei rodando para vocês treinarem e escutarem ele. É um gol com 6 minutos, dá aquela balada, e no segundo tempo a Iowa Lakes teve que sair para o jogo e acabaram tomando mais 2 gols. Mas enfim, Léo, para mim, foi um dos destaques da Iowa Lakes. Então, pelo menos parte de visibilidade, de estar jogando um National, de estar já despertando um interesse de treinadores para uma transferência, com certeza foi muito válido. Fechado, vou encerrar aqui a transmissão. O link da próxima já está no nosso canal, então se inscreve. Quem está por aqui ainda, dá o like aqui, tudo para ajudar a gente. E 9 horas a gente volta para Harcum contra Salt Lake para ver quem vai ser o adversário de Iowa Western na final amanhã. E também depois vou abrir lá no Instagram para ver se vocês vão querer que eu transmita a final amanhã. Enfim, a gente vai ver como que vai acontecer. Fechado? Até 9 horas, Harcum, Salt Lake aqui no canal também. Lembre de inscrever tudo lá. Valeu, galera. Boa noite para todos e até daqui 1 hora. 1 hora não, 50 minutos. Valeu.